Hey Glamfam, welcome to today's video. We're testing out the brand new NARS Ultimate Laguna palette. Oh my gosh, you guys, you can create the most gorgeous summer vacay look. This is the only palette you need to bring with you. It is so incredibly beautiful. I have swatches of the darker one as well. So we're just gonna have some fun. If you're new here, I'm Kristi. I'd love for you to hit that subscribe button. And without further ado, let's get glowing.
You better turn up. You better be there when I shake.
All right, Glam Fam, let's jump right into it. So I actually filmed this entire NARS base and I included some other products in there and just kind of how I do my ultimate face base when it's summertime, so especially on vacation. So I will actually upload that after this video. It's kind of a bonus video, just a really short one, but I didn't want to take too much time in this video. I really wanted to concentrate on this brand new NARS Ultimate Laguna palette inspired by the iconic Laguna bronzer. And yes, the bronzers in here are the talc-free version that released last year. And I do have a full review on that. This is actually the same shade in this palette as the one I did. So you guys can check that out. This is the new talc-free version. Really good. It's not my favorite bronzer, but it is really, really good. So I will have that card right there so you guys can check that out. But this is the brand new Ultimate Face palette. They obviously do a lot of these NARS Laguna orgasm type combinations during the summertime, and I try to buy them every so often. Not all the time, but ones that really kind of jump out at me. And oh my gosh, you guys, these shades are so incredibly beautiful. I bought this myself, and this packaging is just typical NARS, just that summer bronzy, gorgeous packaging that NARS always delivers. And you get a kind of like a contour lighter shade. You also get a bronzing shade. You get a highlighter, and you get 4 eyeshadows. Now you only have 1 matte shade in here, but we are going to utilize that as a blush because this is supposed to be the ultimate face palette. Let's quickly jump into these details. So this retails for $59 US. The total weight size of this palette is 16.8 grams, and you get about 0.58 ounces total. So breaking it down individually, you're getting about 1.2 grams per eyeshadow, and then you get 4 grams of the 2 bronzers and the highlighter. So let's touch on the Laguna Ultimate Face Palette 1, again for light to medium skin tones. And you get 1 matte shade, 1 satin shade, and 2 shimmer finishes. The first shade is Spritz, which is a shimmer rose gold, Unwind, a matte peach pink, Heat Spell, a satin rust brown, Sizzle, a shimmer yellow gold. Now let's look at the 2 bronzers and the highlighter. So the first shade is Laguna 02, which is the original, and that's a light medium bronze with neutral undertones. And then we have Laguna 04, which is a medium bronze with warm undertones. And then Drift Away is the highlighter, and that is a champagne shimmer. Absolutely stunning. Now let's take a look at the swatches for the Laguna Ultimate Face 2 palette, and that's for medium to deep skin tones. So you have Easy Livin', which is a matte cinnamon, Tan Lines, a satin golden tangerine, Summer Love, a shimmer antique copper, Sand Dollar, a sparkling crimson, and you have Laguna 06, which is a deep bronze with warm undertones, Laguna 08, a very deep bronze with neutral undertones, and Weekender is the highlighter, and that's a warm golden copper shimmer. So the only 2 shades in this palette that have talc in it is Unwind and Heat Spell, but I don't see it in Sizzle or Spritz, just so you guys know that. There's no talc or coconut derivatives in the bronzer or highlighter. Very excited about that, but I just wanted to quickly show you guys those ingredients just in case any of you are allergic to any of those. All right, you guys, let's jump into the application process. So obviously, again, I already have all of my makeup on. I already did my eyeshadow base and my eyebrows, and for my eyeshadow base, I actually used my NARS Soft Matte Concealer. This is an OG holy grail of mine. You guys know, if you're a longtime Glam Fam sister, I used to be obsessed with this product, and I always used it as my eyeshadow base, but I just gotten into other products more recently, but I still love it as an eyeshadow base. So that's what I have on. And then I just set it down with my NARS Eden powder. This is not available anymore. Unfortunately, they changed the formulation of the powders. So again, disappointing for me, but that's okay. We have other powders that we do love. All right, so let's go in with the bronzer. I'm sorry, yeah, the first bronzer, and we're gonna kind of just contour the face a little bit. I just washed my brushes, so we're gonna take my rougher number 4. 04, and this is nice and clean. I use these, I get these on Amazon, because whenever you wash your brushes, you should always use these little sleeves to kind of keep that shape going. And this is a perfect one because it will fit directly into this palette. And we're just gonna go into that Laguna 1, or Laguna 02, I should say. And then just kind of, they are a little powdery. I do notice that from that first review. So just so you guys know, okay, we're just gonna kind of just structure out the face with this. Very beautiful neutral undertone, kind of like a Hoola bronzer, I would say. If you wanna really do some comparisons, this is definitely a Hoola bronzer shade. The original Hoola bronzer, not the tan one. Beautiful satin finish, satin matte finish, I would say. Gorgeous. You guys already know how I feel about this. So I'm actually not going to do a full rate card for this review. If you're new here, I rate a lot of my products at the end and just go through everything. We're just going to go over the overall because we know the NARS formulation. It's nothing new out of this, and we've already rated the bronzer. So we don't need to redo that. It's just, again, not one I reach for, but it's obviously so beautiful. So that looks beautiful. That's how I'm going to structure out my face. And then I'm just going to take my brush really quick, and I'm going to take the NARS Eden powder, and it's just a Chikuhodo brush, and I'm just going to go like this and just kind of make sure we clean up any demarcation lines, whatever is left over. This softens things out a little, but just absolutely stunning. Now let's go into the darker shade. I'm gonna take my little Chikuhodo PS2 brush. Oh my gosh, you guys remember I used to use this all the time? Drop a comment if you remember how much I used to use this for bronzer. And I'm gonna dip that into the Laguna 04. This is more of a medium bronze. And then that happens. Let's try this again. So that is what it looks like on the head of the brush. I'm just making sure I'm evenly distributing it on that brush. This is a newer shade for me. I've never tried 04. So I'm a little shaky today, you guys. Sorry about that. All right, so that's, ooh, I love that shade. Oh my gosh. So even though I already have Laguna 02, the talc-free version, and the original version, I still don't mind it being in this little palette for traveling. Again, this is gonna be your perfect vacay palette, right? Like if you're like, I just wanna take one thing, can you just ignore my stomach? I'm fasting right now. I do intermittent fasting. But yeah, look at that. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Oh, I love that shade. I'm just gonna take that all over the face just to kind of bronze up. I'm bringing that down. I did some self-tanning, and I've been running outside, so I've been getting naturally tanned. But ooh, I just love it so much. Okay, that's really, really, really pretty. Let's try this pink shade. This is like the pink, that one right there. We're gonna try that for a blush. So I am gonna use this Chikuhodo brush, and this is like a little pointed tip, and that's gonna help me to get into this palette right here. So we're just gonna kind of dip that, trying not to get, oh wow, that's pigmented. Trying not to get that all over the shimmers, because I don't want the shimmers in there. I'm gonna actually take that on the back of my hand because that was quite aggressive. Oh, is she pretty? Ooh, I love that. Oh my gosh, you guys, that's gorgeous. You could literally use that as a blush. And there's no coconut derivatives. That's awesome. So because I have it set down pretty good, and I talk about that in the next video, this bonus video of my base makeup, I love that. I'm gonna bring that up here just a little bit, just because we're gonna tie that into the blush anyway later. You guys, this is really pretty. All right, now I'm gonna take the bronzer just to blend the 04. I'm gonna go back in with that one. Again, just taking it off the back of my hand so it's not too aggressive. And just blending that all together. I like to do that with my bronzers and my blushes. You guys, that is really beautiful. I know, it's dramatic, but no one ever said I wasn't dramatic, let's be honest. But wow, oh my god, that's so pretty, you guys. Literally, the next vacation I go on, I'm taking this palette. It's beautiful. All right, let's start in with the eyeshadow, and I'm gonna do, usually I would use my Armani, but I'm gonna try to like show you guys what this looks like without it so you can really get the true pigments. All right, so I'm gonna take my Wayne Goss, and this is just his edit brush. I don't think these are available anymore. This is in a number 5, and I'm gonna dip that into Laguna 01. We're using this obviously as a contour for the eye and a transition shade. I'm gonna bring this into my nose contour. Because I'm trying to bring this and tie it into the nose contour, I like to start right here. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to keep this look, I'm gonna try to not do it too glamorous. Plus there's no really deep shades in here, so we're gonna kind of keep this one more vacay, soft glam. Try. And that's what, just bringing that in there allows me to bring that down to the nose contour and follow that natural contour of your eye to your nose. Just like that. Now I'm gonna take a fluffier brush and I'm gonna go back in with the Laguna 02, the first bronzer shade, and we're just gonna bring that here and just start to give a nice soft blend contour shade. Just kind of blending that out, so because we're doing a soft glam look, I don't want anything harsh right there, so I don't have any excess product. I'm just blending that out. All right, I'm gonna go in with a smaller brush, and this is a What's Up Beauty R103. I'm gonna take that darker 04 shade, and I want it tighter because we're gonna pull that tight into that crease area, but I don't want it to go up too high, which is why I'm not using too fluffy of a brush. As you guys can see the differences between the brush. That was the first one we used, and then this is the one we're gonna use now. And this will allow me to pull that in right there. So obviously these shades are not meant to be eyeshadows, they're meant to be bronzers. So, and they have a sheen to them, so the pigment is not crazy there, but we're just kind of building some depth there. So just keep that in mind, even though it doesn't feel like it's popping as much. Again, these are sheen bronzers, they're not meant to be crazy pigmented eyeshadows. That's okay, sometimes we like that for a nice soft blend. Going back into that R104 and back into Laguna 01, and just, you can be, with looks like this, the best part is, you can just be a little like less, you can do it so fast, right? Some people don't like eyeshadow, like they just are not eyeshadow people. So this is the perfect palette for you to just use this and then use the other matte shade as a blush like I did, and then use like a little bit of shimmer for the eyelids if you want. All right, I'm gonna go in with that like a matte shade that we used on the eyelids, and we're gonna take that onto, or on the cheek, I should say. Sorry, I can't speak because I'm trying to find the brush. We're gonna use this rougher number 15, and we're gonna take that now. This is really pigmented, so I would kind of dip off on the back of your hand if you don't want it too aggressive. And we're gonna tie that into, like how I usually do my blush there, to tie it in to be a little monochromatic. Beautiful shade, just typical matte, NARS matte formula that is just amazing. Again, this is such an easy look, and you can just kind of wiggle that right there. I'm gonna take a Sigma E41 and just blend that out. Just blending out with my E41. There's no excess product on here. Just trying to really soften out any edges. Again, with looks like this, I'm not trying to be too dramatic on the eye, so by taking away some product, it's actually better. But really pretty, oh my goodness. I'm gonna take a little bit of Zen, just a little bit of Zen onto this E41, and we're just gonna start kind of smoothing this area out right there. It's a very natural shade, so it's not really doing much, but really pretty. All right, let's build a little crease right there, a little drama with that satin shade, and that's the third shade in there. And I'm using my BK Beauty A504 to do that. We're just gonna pop that on the crease, tight into the crease area right here. Not too much, we don't wanna focus like a big circle there because we don't want too much there. Just want a little bit. This is a satin shade, so you're not getting a ton of pigment off the bat because it is a softer brush, but if you press in, you see how that built up very quickly. So just so you know, this is a very buildable shade, but absolutely stunning. Now I'm gonna take the remainder and just kind of blend out there. Press, and then take the remainder and blend out. Don't worry, we're gonna clean that up. Don't worry. I'm gonna bring the remainder in tight into the crease because this is like kind of a darker shade. So just the remainder. Again, I don't want to put excess product because then it will get aggressive there, and I don't want it to be aggressive there. Now we're gonna go back to that 103 brush, go back into the 04 matte bronzer, the darker bronzer, and we're just gonna go above that now. I love these face palettes. This is also another good one just to have in your purse. Like if you mess up your makeup for any reason, just going back and reversing out, going into that Laguna 01 and just blending out that 04. I mean, we're almost done here. That's how easy this was. You can take like a thin brush, and I love this one from BK Beauty. This is the 208. Do you guys remember how much I used to use this brush? And you can just take that satin shade, the third one, and you can just kind of start to wing that out a little bit right there. You can do that. I'm not a wing girl, but I'm not mad at it. Just like that, just a nice soft wing. And then I'm just gonna blend that out a little because I don't really care for that sharp line. Just blending that out with that BK Beauty brush, just like that. And then I'll clean it up in just a second. And I'm just gonna take that same shimmer shade across the lower lash line, that same BK Beauty brush. We're just kind of using that as like a lower lash line color. Just kind of starting that area, and then we're gonna go back and add some more colors underneath there, but just gives a little bit of structure to the eye. I'm gonna take that same BK Beauty brush, and we're just gonna kind of blend that out. There's no excess product on this, just the same brush we were using up there. Now we're taking my What's Up Beauty R101 and with the Laguna 04 bronzer, and we're just kind of blending out that shimmer shade. Now we're gonna take the Laguna 01 on a fluffier tiny brush, and we're gonna go underneath that. I literally can do this without talking off camera so fast. All right, let's go into some of these shimmer shades. So because these are not like crazy impactful shades, you can wet the brush or you can use a base underneath. This packaging is kind of difficult to get into, I will say that. So let's go in first with that gorgeous peachy shimmer shade. This one looks like it has a little bit more impact. We're gonna try to take that with the finger first. I'm gonna try to do this without anything and see where we're at. If we have to add something, I will add something. Oh, yeah, that's really pigmented, but my nails are too long, so I need to get in with the brush. I am gonna take my Pat McGrath, and you guys know this is the, if you don't own this, this is the Intensify Artistry Wand. Love this to really get those shimmers to be very impactful. This is a really good product. So I'm just gonna take it onto this cheap LA Colors brush, just like a concealer brush. And I'm gonna take that and we're gonna mix that into this shade. And this just kind of makes it a lot more intensifies. Get it? And we're just gonna take that. I don't know about this brush though. This feels cheap. Yeah, no, this brush is a no-go. Yikes. Okay, see, this is why it's really hard for me to use on our brushes. All right, I'm gonna take it to my rougher number 21. I try to use cheap brushes. Sometimes they're good. Sometimes they surprise me. Do we see the difference there? Big difference. I don't wanna have to work at it. I really don't. Just taking that there. Just starting on the inner portion, don't worry, it's gonna go all the way out, but I just work in sections. Now I'm gonna take that onto the outside, and I'm gonna bring that in. I'm gonna put the gold in the center, so that's why I'm not really concentrating so much there, but just whatever's left over. Make sure you get to that lash line so there's no gap there. This is like this rougher brush mimics the old MAC 252, I wanna say. Gosh, if I get that right, I'm impressed. That used to be the holy grail eyelid shader in the past. the original version that was natural hair bristles. The synthetic versions are not as good with MAC, my opinion. I'm just gonna take a little bit more and just really kind of rub that into that lash line. So again, this is really important because otherwise you're gonna see gaps there. Holy moly guacamole. That's really pretty. Really, really, really pretty. All right, I'm gonna take that satin shade, BK Beauty again, same brush, and we're just gonna go above that. Just to blend it together. What's nice about having that satin shade in there is it kind of blends into the mattes better. Gives you that like little buffer, that little transition area. Really beautiful. And it doesn't look too pink-ish, which is nice. And then I'm gonna take the gold onto my finger. Let's see how much mojo we get out of that with my finger. We're gonna pop that in the middle. Oh, that's pretty. We're gonna pop that into the middle. And if you don't like that much of a gold, you can tame it down with the highlighter, just if you want to, and just mix those two together and see how you're getting a little bit less gold, intensive gold, and a little bit more pop there. Don't worry, I'm gonna blend that out, but that's one way to do it. Just taking the same brush we were using and just kind of patting that in there. I'm gonna take a little bit more gold because I want it, and just kind of drag that down the middle. And then I'm gonna take the other side of the brush, bring back some of that coral tone, that first shimmer shade, going back into the gold again. So pretty. I'm trying to not go too glam. I'm trying, you guys. All right, I'm gonna go in with that 04 bronzer. Just again, building up a little bit more depth there. And that is it, you guys. That is pretty much the look. I am gonna take a little bit of this gold shade and I'm gonna pop that right here on the inner corner lower lash line, not like the inner corner tear duct. Just right there, just to tie in some shades. Now, oh, I forgot to do the inner corner. We're gonna take my Sonia G crease brush and we're using the highlight shade and we're just gonna pop that into the tear duct area and a little bit on that brow bone, just a little bit there. That pointed tip allowed me to do that. Take a little bit onto that nose area. Just taking the Laguna 02, the lighter shade, and kind of just structuring out my nose. I'm gonna take a little bit of that shade we were using, that shimmer shade, and I'm gonna pop that right there just to kind of tie in that inner corner so it's not so harsh there. It just kind of helps blend things out more. E41, blending out, and then we'll do the highlighter. Almost done. Very easy look. All right, let's use this highlighter. We're gonna use my Wayne Goss brush and we're gonna dip into this gorgeous highlighter. Look at that. I'm going light-handed, but this will get aggressive quick. So this is a nice, beautiful, typical NARS highlighter. Oh, it's not glittery, it's just stroby. Oh, I love. Do a little bit there. Oh my god, I love so much. This is so pretty. All right, let's do a little bit more blush again. We're losing some blush, and we're gonna pop that over that. And we're gonna kind of tie that into that area right there. Just kind of around that area. Oh, you guys. Okay, we need to do a little bit more of this blush color now, right here. All right, you guys, I'm gonna pop on some lashes and I will be right back. All right, Glam Fam, that is how the final look turned out once I popped on my lashes. Oh my gosh, you guys. This is such an incredibly beautiful bronze, almost peachy toned look. I did add in my NARS, I wanna say it's the Orgasm Lip Oil, but I'll put it right there. Really beautiful shade, but I wanted a little bit more, I don't know, just substance. So I went in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills. You guys know that honey shade is just my jam. I love it so much. I actually added in a little bit of the Rare Beauty Joy to the look, just to give a little bit more peachy glow and add some pizzazz to that blush. And oh my gosh, that just tied together so incredibly beautiful. I love this look. It is so pretty, and it's the perfect vacay. It went a little bit more glam, of course, like always, than I wanted it to. You could do it very natural as well. Obviously, if you would have just popped on mascara, left a little bit of those depth shades out, but it's still really pretty and I think soft, and I really like that. All together, I'm gonna give this palette a 5 out of 5, you guys. It is amazing. Seriously, 5 stars. It is so, so, so good. Again, I'm not going through the whole rate card on this video just because we already know the formulas. It's nothing new to the NARS family. The bronzers, the highlighter, all of that is the same, but everything performed absolutely stunning. Again, you can go very glam or very natural with this, and I really like it. Now, do you need this palette? No, this is just something if you like to collect NARS makeup and you are looking for that palette to just throw in your bag, like I said, even just if you're not on vacation, just to have in your bag, your makeup bag, because sometimes like my eye makeup messes up or my bronzer or something like that. Something goes wrong, right? That's a nice palette to have in your bag. So, and of course, it's the perfect vacation type palette. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to check out the bonus video of how I created this base, and I give you guys some tips and tricks in there as well. So if you like videos like this, again, please remember to hit that subscribe button, click the post notification bell, join our beautiful glam fam. We're here every Sunday, and we just love for you to become part of our family. And if you liked this video, please give it a huge thumbs up when you guys hit the like button and comment below. It really does help push my videos up through the algorithm. I do upload shorts Monday through Wednesday. I'd love for you to join me on the weekdays. Plus, I'm on Instagram if you want to be friends with me over there, and I'm also on TikTok. You can check out my blog website, KristiAllure.com. I have my merch on there, Glamorous Life Collections, plus all of the affiliate links if you guys decide to purchase any of these products. Again, that helps really support a smaller channel like mine. Be sure to check out that video next, and I will see you guys on the next one. Love you guys. Bye.
I'm holding on, if almost gone. Someday I know I'll finally make it. I know that we can go higher if we keep our faith, if we keep our faith. Sometimes I'm like a whisper